Hey everybody, let's talk about the new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer that dropped during the Square press conference. No live reaction as a separate video. Check out the full reaction video of the Square conference to see that. Of course, you can check it out. It's at the end of that whole video. It's a mix between footage from yesterday's trailer and some stuff from the orchestra, but not all of it. Because I don't know what the fuck Square's doing with these trailers. It seems like they're like, all right, we got 8 minutes of footage to show at E3. We got to cut this up. Fucking mix some shit. Mix it in our ancient Square cauldron. You can see, I was doing stirring motions, but you can't actually see it. Hopefully we see some stuff at Sony. Otherwise, it's kind of disappointing to have this all end with stuff we've seen before. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the new footage, because this is mostly Frozen stuff we'd already seen. It's right about here that we see a new attraction, and that attraction lasts, let's count. 1, 2, look, that's it. All we know is it's in the Hercules world and it's a merry-go-round. We have a little bit more time to check out this minigame of so we're cooking biscuits! Look at these biscuits! It's nuts! Remy's controlling them from Ratatouille. This is either a minigame world that is composed of the world of Ratatouille, or he's just in some fucking restaurant where the rat's hanging out. I feel like it could possibly be its own world, but then again, if it was its own world, they probably let us know. They probably make it like a big reveal, and this isn't a big reveal. We'll have to see. Who knows? Definitely not a summon, because fucking we're cooking. There's a little thing here that's timing the whole thing with this hourglass, which in itself is kind of interesting. Then it's a lot of the same stuff. In fact, I believe it is the same stuff for the rest of this until we get past the gummy section, in which we have a conversation with a critical character.
Still, Sora, that doesn't mean you should change. Accept the power you're given. Find the hearts joined to yours.
So that's a pretty good scene with Xigbar, getting to see how he looks. Model-wise, looking alright. I feel like he maybe should look a little older-ish? Nah, not really. They're doing a good job of making this look closer to the Kingdom Hearts 2 models a little bit in aesthetics, which I really appreciate. However, they cut out parts of this specific scene. The Gamers Joint has an audio-only version of the orchestra trailer they showed, and it had Break appear at the very beginning of it. He says this line, and Sora basically, you know, is completely against whatever he's saying. It's like, well, I'm not going to listen to you, that kind of stuff. To which Xigbar, or Brig, if you want to call him that, goes, as if you have no choice but to follow our breadcrumbs. Basically saying, hey, what else are you going to do? You're going to have to follow our own plan because we're manipulators and that kind of thing. We get a scene that shows Michael Mouse and Riku. This exciting scene that confirms two important things. Not these Heartless. Pence has got a Dog Street shirt still. I mean, we saw it before, but this is in full view. We get to see the redesigns as well. Plaid out the wazoo. The Bouncer is a cool video game. Dog Street. The Demon Tide is attacking in Twilight Town, which is something I was hoping was going to happen, which means the original announcement trailer will come to pass. So, at the very least, I feel like we're going to do Twilight Town after Olympus. Like, here's my theory, right? Yen Sid, at the start of the game, sends you to Olympus. You gotta go get your power back. We saw that in 0.2. You do it. You complete it. You win. You get the Keyblade. And then it's like, alright, let's go see Yen Sid again. He powers you up with your clothes. And then he says, I sense there might be something going on in Twilight Town. Or they just find the inclination to maybe go down there and check it out. They go, and that is when this scene happens. Then it matches up with having this Keyblade here, this outfit here, given the structure of the game, and then you get to have this fight. This seems exciting. They get to get this fight out of the way really early, and it's a good introduction. I don't expect this to happen in the mid-game, But who knows? But that's my prediction, because you start the game with no clothes, and what, are you just gonna get your Square Enix clothes from Olympus? I don't think so. I really don't think so. It would help if we saw a shot of Sora in the Xigbar scene to give us a bit more context, but we don't really get that. We don't really get that, do we? So, we get to see this, that'll be exciting, and then it cuts once again to stuff we've seen already, so I'm just gonna scan here. We have this part where he's like, oh man, it's Herc. Watch out, man. And then it's like, oh no, he's gonna kill my pig. The Larxene scene's still here. We're about to get some new stuff right here. They give Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, a completely new fucking line to play in this trailer. Let's have a listen.
Roxas does exist. His heart's inside my heart.
In that case, by all means. Nothing would please us more than Roxas's return, of course.
And
so I like that. It's just like, I feel like this has to happen early. They keep showing that scene in Twilight Town. I have to assume that's an early world. If only because it's a good, like, intro to the whole thing and, like, the journey. That, and I feel like they show the more polished stuff a little bit early on. So Sora's like, I want to bring Roxas back. And they're like, go ahead. We want Roxas back. Don't you remember whose team he was a part of originally? Which is just them kind of bullshitting. We get to see the computer room in the mansion. So likely we meet up with the gang. And we're just trying to find out what's going on with Roxas. However, I'm thinking this is definitely going to be mid-game. I mean, this gives more credence to the fact that this all could be toward the middle of the game. Because we have a communicator right here. Now, before I said that maybe this thing right here, I had a theory that this was going to be your journal and more than just a minigame thing, but it also seems to be a communicator, because we're having a call.
Roxas?
Yes. For the virtual world to be completely realized, Ansem the Wise would have included Roxas's full data in the construction.
So, that is like the last new critical scene, and it's everyone's here in the mansion, opening up Ansem the Wise's old stuff, the DTD, and we're on a phone call with Zexion, or Ienzo at this point, since he's in his somebody form. So this confirms a couple of things. One, phones exist in Kingdom Hearts now. That is going to be some aspect of the plot where they will be able to communicate like that. Two, Zexion looks good. Like, he looks alright. He looks alright. He will actually be aiding with the good guys, which is what I expected for every organization member that isn't in that main 13. They've shown in Dream Drop Distance, so, like, Zaldin, Lexius, Zexion, and Vexen. They seem to all be fine. I heard Vexen's voice actor said he didn't work on this game, so maybe he just doesn't have voice segments. Kind of disappointing, given that he is probably my favorite. But
included Roxas's full data in the construction.
It's really great to hear that, but let's listen to what Zexion's full line is and kind of figure out what's going on.
For the virtual world to be completely realized, Ansem the Wise would have included Roxas's full data in the construction.
So he's saying that you needed Roxas's data to construct the virtual world. So that's kind of interesting. And how did this start? So I get the full context here.
Yes.
Of course.
And Roxas?
Yes.
Okay, so there's really not much going on there. So Sora's trying to find out how to get back to Roxas, and he's like, well, he needed data for him to get that working. So there's a couple of theories there. One, you're gonna go into the virtual world again, and maybe they get to show like a corrupted version of it because it's been so long. There's potential of maybe Sora's gonna find some way to extract Roxas's part of himself and give it a data form, so Roxas can effectively, like, they're gonna make Roxas come back. It's probably gonna be due to dumb computer bullshit. We're getting an idea after about a year of theorizing about it, since they first laid the groundwork of, yes, we're definitely bringing him back, aside from us just assuming that was a foregone conclusion. It's gonna be data related. So that's interesting. It's good to see these clips. Unfortunately, a lot of it got spoiled from the fact that we had already, like, heard about it. And then we have this scene, which at the orchestra did not show this big reveal of her physical form with the "you're too late" portion. It just showed her in the darkness. And the last scene that I completely forgot, it's Kairi. It's Kairi, and it is Lee. And this is interesting because it's one of two things. First off, you can see she has her new outfit. At first, some people said, no, it's the same outfit. Now, because her original 1 and 2 was a black hood, and this is not. So this is the new outfit she's working with. Number 2, come on, guys. This, you couldn't get... Okay, maybe he needs to wait for a plot-relevant part. 2, where are they? Now, at first I was thinking, oh, could this be like a grassy area in Twilight Town? But I'm more than willing to say that this is probably Daybreak Town. I feel like a lot of people are thinking that too, because there are like specific scenes in back cover that looked just like this. So I'm thinking people are going to be more prone to thinking it's that. I believe if we pull up the scene from 0.2, it probably looks something like this. If I could maybe get that going, maybe I get some sort of look at it. Maybe gives me an idea, because they did show like grassy areas like that generally look like that area. If I could maybe find something that looks similar. I mean, the closest thing we've got is this right here, which is just grassy area with like various different looks, and it kind of looks similar. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I feel like the theory that it is possibly Daybreak Town that we're looking at here, it has some weight, but it very much could just be Twilight Town. So it's not the hugest deal in the world. Regardless, that is, they close the scene with just that, a stinger of, there are those characters. They are the characters that are linked. They are the ones, it'll be Axel and Kairi, basically, that will be hanging out together throughout their part of their adventure, which is exciting, because that means that Kairi will either be more important or Axel will not. There are two options there. That's what we have been presented with, and that's alright. Once again, January 29th. Only delayed by less than a month, by like 1 day. Alright, so, here's the score, ladies and gentlemen. Let me cut to some new scenes, some shit. Give me break. There we go. Alright, let's fucking look at me break. Here's the situation, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the situation. If this is how Kingdom Hearts 3 ends its new footage for E3, it's a bad showing in my book. Overall, I feel like what happened is they showed stuff at Microsoft, it was amazing, and then they showed the same thing at Square Enix, but cut parts out and put other stuff in. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's the best approach. But if they have one more thing to show at Sony, and it's mostly new, with only a couple of maybe repeated gameplay segments, I think it's fine. But this kind of just feels really weak, and I feel like why even have a Square conference at all, in a way? But also, why even show this at the Square conference? At this point, it would have even been better to show the same trailer. You know what I mean? Just keep expectations there. I'm still grateful for what we've seen. It's just, I'm going to be critical of stuff if I find that it wasn't executed perfectly. But if we see stuff at Sony, we fucking gravy, dog. We gravy. Anyway, that's it for this analysis. I'll be doing E3 shows throughout the day. Of course, we've got Ubisoft, we've got Sony, and I hope you'll join me for those, and I'll see you next time. Here's hoping I have more Kingdom Hearts stuff to go gaga over. I can only hope.